For this project, I decided to research enhancing student learning. So when I Googled educational psychology and ways to enhance student learning, I found this article that I found to be really interesting, and it was by lumen.com. So it begins with, introducing the many different ways that it does, and it brought three different kinds of techniques to enhance student learnings that I found to be very interesting and useful for the classroom. So the first one they introduced is the internet. Actually, this semester I took a tech class and I learned many different ways to utilize technology in the classroom and the best ways to do it without it being harmful. And this article actually mentions a few of the issues that the internet can bring, which is, unresourceful websites and information that you can't really use. So it mentions once you find your way to properly navigate through the internet, you can actually utilize it really, really professionally in the classroom. It starts by saying that it has so much flexibility, actually, in this paragraph here. It has so much flexibility, and there's also websites. It's actually called Learning Commons, and it's a combination of a website and a physical place in a school or a library that brings together information that students and teachers can both learn. It includes an online library catalog and online internet service, but it also has other services such as online information and advice about studying skills. For example, as well as access to peer tutors and support groups, either online or in person. So using this in the classroom really will enhance student learning and inside and outside the classroom, which is so important because learning doesn't stop in the classroom. You want to be able to have access to all your students and be able to help them and guide them. So using the internet is a really great way to do that. The next point that the article made was using local experts and field trips. I found this really interesting in a different way to look at how to enhance student learnings, because I wouldn't have thought of this firsthand. They mentioned that the two ways that they said were either bringing in a expertise on the topic or bringing your classroom to the location that you're learning about. So first they went in on local experts. So they said that bringing a person with the key experience can often add to a lot of many curriculum subjects and topics. For example, in one 10th grade science class studying environmental issues, the teacher invited the city forester, the person responsible for health of trees and in city parks. The forester had special knowledge about the stresses on trees and urban environments, and they educated all the students on it. And it's firsthand experience, and it's different. It switches it up rather than just reading out of a textbook and going online and pulling up articles. It actually brings in somebody who is certified in that area, and it is a different person to see in the classroom that excites students and it makes them want to learn a little bit more about it. And the next thing they talked about were field trips. So I remember one of the most fun field trips that I went on was to go see the Liberty Bell. And, history as a student was not my strong suit, but that was one of the most fun that I had, like I mentioned. And it sticks out to students. So just by taking your students on a field trip, if you can, I know it's not always that easy, but if you can take students on a field trip to go see something they're learning about, it really sticks out to them and it actually promotes communication on the topic outside of the classroom while still keeping the students educated. So students can connect on another level to the education and to the things that they're learning in the classroom. And finally, the last one, which is a little bit limited, is service learning. So service learning is combines real community experience and service with an analysis and a reflection on the significance of the topic and the service. So, for example, older students can pick up trash in an urban stream bed, and then they can reflect on that and what it has to do with the community and how it affects the community in many other ways. So this is a little bit of the high school or college level that students can really reflect on service learnings, and even at the middle school level. But I find it hard to do service learning with elementary levels just because of the severity and the analysis and the reflection. You can break it down to be a little bit more simple, but the goal of the project, I think, is to really, understand the severity of the topic. So I found this to be really interesting, and I think these three are, amazing examples of how to enhance student learning, and I plan to utilize this in my future classroom. Thank you for listening.